Good. How are you doing? Just catching up with everything. We had
Good.
offers last night. We have offers today on the property, so it's just crazy times. How you doing?
Oh, not too bad. I'm trying to accommodate. I'm in,
Living the dream?
pardon?
Living the dream?
Living the dream. I'm currently sitting in a closet right now.
Gotta love that.
Well, I'm on holidays and it was too sunny outside. So,
Wow.
um,
You're basically
that
like me working on holidays.
pardon?
You're like me working on holidays. When I was in Mexico, I did the
Yes,
live dials too.
it's yeah, it's it's a lot. It's a really busy time of year for us. So if I sound weird, it's because I'm legitimately sitting in a closet right now.
No worries. You don't sound
Um,
weird. You sound normal.
sorry.
I said you don't sound weird. You sound normal.
Okay. And then I was trying to do it outside. There was too much sun. And I was like, nope, that's not going to work.
I hope you're
So
doing it with a drink though. You might as well.
not yet. Not yet. No.
Okay, okay. That's so
I'm
funny.
just open doing some things here. How have you been? How have you been the last couple of weeks?
Good. Can't complain. Been busy. The leads are starting to come together now from agent locators, so that's great. People, I feel like there's more buyer confidence right now in the market. We just had a property yesterday that had over 110 showings in 5 days and had 19 offers.
Nice.
So that's good. We have another one today in Toronto, so hopefully that gets done. But we've had over 40 showings in a short time. But this is over $1 million property, so that's not bad. I'm finding that the leads are communicating and they're just, they're more open to having conversations now rather than
Good.
not having any before.
Yeah. Well, and I find too that a lot more people are getting excited and realizing that, these interest rates aren't as horrible as we first anticipated them to be. Right. They're still able to get decent rates, and they're basically pre-COVID rates is what I'm looking at, maybe slightly higher. It's the
Yeah.
stress test that's making it hard for everyone, right? So
Yes, I totally understand. But I think now that that interest rates are starting to pause and hopefully go down near the summer and stuff, I think this is when people know that it's time to get back on the horse now. You know what I mean?
yes. Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. So it's good. It's starting. I'm seeing too, because I've signed up for even listings in my area, just always out of curiosity. And still with
Yes.
that, I am still I'm starting to notice an increase in the number of emails I'm getting with respect to new listings. So
Mhm.
it's
And
good.
people are on, right? Like that's the
Yeah.
good thing. Oh, nice
Yeah.
washer.
I know, right? I'm in the closet. I told you I was in the closet. I'll change my background, but I'll do.
No, it's all good. I like it. I like seeing the
Yeah.
washer.
Oh, here, at least blur it so it looks like
That's all good. That's so good.
hey, you know
But
what?
yeah,
Work hard, play hard. It all comes hand in hand, right?
exactly, exactly. So yeah, so I actually before I start doing my dials and stuff, I actually have some phone calls that I think would be good to hear because I've been trying to call more on like the line that I have, like the Twilio
Mm-hmm.
number,
Yeah.
just to record some good conversations just for my team quality as well as helping other people before I do some live dials.
Mm-hmm.
But before I get to that, just kind of want to know if anyone has questions or anyone has anything in particular, objections, anything at all that I can
Yeah.
help out with.
Let me just make sure that everyone's allowed to chat in here because it likes to
Block
block
people.
people. But for some reason, it's not giving me show chat previews. There we go. Everyone. And does anyone else have any success stories really that
Yeah,
they're
for sure.
experiencing right now as well? Whether it's leads that you've been calling in your system, or even individuals that are referrals or past clients, what have you. And you all should be able to chat now. I think I open that up. And again, you guys do have the Q&A that you can also utilize as well. It's a quiet group today.
I know.
Taking it in. Oh, we got one in our Q&A. Fred says a lot of archived leads are starting to show activity again. That's
which is
awesome.
great.
Yeah, they're coming back. They're doing something. Everyone kind of went on. I think we went into a little bit of hibernation there for a bit. Is really kind of what it came down to, right? And the uncertainty as well.
Yeah.
So.
I think buyer confidence is definitely coming back, which is going to help the marketplace again. But I think we're already at that bottom going up now. So, which is great. You know, even when we go to listing appointments, there are still some clients that are just not ready to pull the trigger yet, which is totally cool. But then there's some that are. Right now, we're still in a seller's market in our area. Because remember, seller's market is, if you look at the market stats, months of inventory, anything less than 3 months is seller's market. Anything at three months really is 3 to 4 months is more of a balanced. And then if you go 4+, it's a buyer's market, right? So right now, you know, and don't get confused that it's not a heavy seller's market. It still is. It's just borrowing costs has gone up really high and scared buyers. We still do not have enough homes for everybody. And I think it's really coming down to educating. I've actually saw some people that have on their story at like saying like, you know, if you're seeing bidding wars, this isn't, you shouldn't be buying those houses. It's going to be overpriced. And like, that's simply not the truth. As you guys know, and this is just education, there's two or three ways to really sell a house. It's either you list really high or higher than market value, knowing that you're going to sit on the market for a little bit longer and knowing that you're going to get negotiated down, or you list super low, get the activity, and you know, get to that same price, maybe 10 grand more or maybe 10 grand less. We don't really know, right? So, and then the third way is literally listing out where you think it is, and you know, accepting offers anytime, and getting it done, and it should be done in less than 5-6 days. So right now, I think the best strategy, because buyers are super tight right now, is I think listing low is where it's at. I don't like, with all my fellow colleagues on the line here. It's funny that some of your buyers, you find the perfect property for them and they're not holding offers and it's great for them, and then they're like, no, but then they see something that's not what they want, but it's a bidding war, and they're like, yeah, I'm all in. It's like, I don't understand.
It's like mind games, right? It's like, oh, everyone wants that one, so now I want it too.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah. So this was a really good call with an investor. I'll get into that before I start making some of my calls. Just give me 1 second. Do I have to share the screen?
You have to share your audio. Remember, like, share your audio.
Yeah, but I don't have to share my screen per se right now, right?
No, you shouldn't have to. No.
Okay, perfect. Sorry, just trying to. Share sound. Share. Sorry, I'm not. Oh no. I just hit. Can you see my screen or?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave it as that. I hit share, but anyways, it's all fine.
Yeah.
So this one was a 14-minute call. It was with an investor, haven't talked to him before. And I think this is more showcasing, you know, knowing your product, knowing your market stats, knowing about investors and what they're looking for, and those kind of things. So I'm going to just play this call. It's a little bit longer, like 10, 14 minutes, but I think it has a lot of great things for anyone that's dealing with investors. Okay.
Sure.
You guys can hear the ring, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And let me pause it at any time if you guys have questions.
Sure.
Hello.
Hi, Srini. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. It's just Nick Moretti giving you a shout. Just want to actually thank you for coming onto our website on MorettiRealEstate.com. And I just wanted to make sure and I just want to make sure you had a great user experience. I see that you're looking at homes in Oshawa. Are you only looking at condo apartments in Oshawa, or are you looking at other properties as well, like different types?
No, actually.
Sorry, I'm pausing it here. So remember, how I'm getting this information is by looking at the last viewed properties, right? So he was looking at condo apartments, condo townhouses in a certain range in Oshawa. That's where he started, okay?
I'm like doing a little bit research based on what kind of properties are available and how much money I have. So I'm doing the research. So that's why I'm checking all the places.
Yeah, for sure. Don't worry about that. I totally understand. I understand whoever's coming on the website are just looking for information, right? Just
Yeah.
want to verify, like, are you only looking in Oshawa, or I just want to send you that information so you don't have to manually search it for yourself, right? I can just
Okay.
tailor it to you.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm actually looking in Vaughan,
Okay.
Mississauga, Brampton.
Okay. See how it's important to ask what they're looking for, because he said wholly West End.
Mhm. I think we might have lost Nick. And we lost Nick. He should be back shortly. Mhm. I think his internet connection, either when he's at home, I think he's at work right now. I think he's at the office. And it's hit or miss sometimes there. Oh, he's come back in.
Classic.
Yeah.
Always me. Always me. I don't understand.
I
I'm
was
sorry, guys.
like, is that me or is it Nick?
I didn't know, right? Like,
No.
I'm so sorry.
No
Okay.
worries.
Can you guys hear this if I play it? Just let me know if you can. Can you hear it?
No, you have to share your audio again. I think every time you
Yeah.
come back in.
Sure. Sorry about that.
It's all good.
Okay. So I'll just go back maybe 10 seconds.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm actually looking in Vaughan, Mississauga, Brampton.
Okay. What are you looking specifically for?
Yeah, these three locations, condo or like a attached home or like a row townhouse or something like that, within 700 range or something like that.
700. Okay, 750, let's say, like, or under
700,000.
under 700K. Okay, no problem. And then are you looking for 3 bedroom, 2 bathrooms minimum?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And then are you looking for like you were saying, condo townhouses, condo units, freehold townhouses and semis, or just like townhouses and condo units?
I mean, condo units is my last preference. The first preference is like a freehold townhomes or like a townhomes or attached row houses, something like that.
Okay. No problem. Do you want me to put anything on the east side, like in Oshawa or anything like that, or no, you're not interested at all in those areas?
I mean, like if there is a potential of renting it out and making a little bit rental money, I'm good like anywhere. I mean, like what I'm looking is only two things I am looking. One is like to get little bit of that the property that I'm looking for, investment property, right?
Okay.
So I'm expecting rental income plus
Yeah.
appreciation over a period of time. So these
Yeah.
two things are,
So you want cash flow plus equity, essentially.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. So just with the interest rates now, to be honest with you, even if you get a legal duplex or a non-legal property, you're still not cash flowing at this moment. You're probably going to be in the red for maybe between $300 to $600. Is that something okay with you, or you're not interested in that at all?
Cash flow means like a positive cash flow, you are
Yeah,
saying?
you're going to be negative because like anything, like we sell duplexes and non-legals and stuff like that in our area, on the east end and even Toronto. But for most people right now, they're not if you put someone in there and you put a single family in there, you're not going you're going to be in the red, right?
But if you even get a duplex and you put both of them, usually you would be in the green. But right now with the high interest, depending on which lending you're using, you may still be in the red a little bit.
Yeah, I understood. Like, you are absolutely 100% correct, actually. Whatever you said, that's 100% correct. But what I'm thinking is like, okay, if I'm able to put like a 50% down or something, then probably I can make a break even or something like that, right? So
yes.
I'm thinking like maybe 600, 700 property. If I do a down payment like a 300,000 or something, then a little bit like $100, even if I put it from my pocket, everything, that's fine.
Yeah. Can I give you a suggestion?
Yes, please.
So before I go forward, so he wasn't like he was listening. Now he's starting to talk more because he knows that I'm educated in the field, right? Telling him the truth, right? Not saying, yes, you're right. It's telling the truth. So even if you get 2 units right now, you're probably still not cash flowing after insurance, property taxes, and mortgage payment. So he wants to put more than 20% down. So this is where this next conversation is going. Okay. Because for a $700,000 property, that's usually like 140K. So he wants to put almost double down. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm a real estate investor as well, right? Depending on, I mean, if you have to put more down, that's fine. But if you can only put 20% down, I would hold the extra money on the side, because then that will take care of your cash flow a little bit better, right? And you already have money there. Because if you put an extra 50K or 75K or even 100K down, there's not too much of a benefit for it. Do you know what I mean? Because you're only going to maybe save $200, $300.
Right.
So you might as well hold on to that money and use that for being in the red a little bit. Do you know what I'm saying? Because once interest, because I think interest is going to stay where it's at now. And then I think near the summer or end of the year, interest is going to start going down. So prices are going to go back up, right? That's what we've learned. And as you and I both know, rent doesn't go down. Right. And then what's your tenant profile that you're looking for? Like, are you looking to put a family?
So before I go there, see, it's now asking, like showing him value. This whole call is doing well is because I'm showing him value through the call, right? Like, okay, this is what you're looking for. Are you okay to be in the negative cash flow? This is what it is for right now. It's only temporary. And then what kind of people are you looking to rent to, right? Like, he's engaged. This is a lockdown client.
Or would you consider, because obviously you want a property, if it's an investment, for more turnaround, right? Because the more turnaround, the more you can raise rent.
Yeah, turnaround means like a
turnaround, like basically you want people to be there for a short time, not there for 5 years. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, turnaround. Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean?
1 year, something like that.
So maybe even getting a condo, let's just say, like a newer condo with 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom or something like that, because people won't stay there forever. Do you know what I mean? And if you get a building that's over 2018 or more, like or newer, you'll be able to charge whatever rent you want to charge instead of the rental guideline.
Yes. But
you know
coming to the condos, as you said in your videos and all, this year like a lot of inventory is coming into the market, right?
Yes.
So I want to wait and see like what is going to be happen in condo market. Yeah. So condo market, I don't rush to jump in.
No, I understand. I'm not saying that. I'm just giving you some opinions, you know?
Yeah. But what you said is 100% right. What you said is 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that I'm on the right track.
Yes.
You know? But can I suggest something else, if that's okay with you?
Yeah. Whatever you think right, like with your experience, you can suggest me.
Yeah.
Don't need to ask. Yeah.
Okay, no problem, man. I would personally invest more in the East End, because out of the GTA, in the GTA, like the East End is like Durham region is basically you get the most value out of the 5 cities. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Durham region used to be, before the big boom, their average price was like 800K. Now it's over $1 million in a falling market, where everywhere else is 1.1, 1.4. Do you know what I mean? So, and then at that point, you know what it is. You buy low, sell, buy low, get better cash flow, and then sell high as it appreciates. So I think the East End is where it's at, to be honest with you. Like I would invest in Oshawa or Clarington because there's some really good opportunities there.
Okay.
But I don't know if that's okay with you because I know that you said you'll invest anywhere, but you know, is there a certain distance that you want to be, you know, close to your rental, or you don't really care that much?
I mean, like we give it to a rental company, right? So they
Yes.
will take care.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not worried. Like even if it is like a Oshawa, Ajax, Whitby, whatever. Like if it is like a nice neighborhood and if it is like a rentable and
Yeah.
appreciate in a period of time, I don't worry about those things.
Yeah.
But like if you ask my preferences is like these areas, whatever I said, like Vaughan. I live in Vaughan, work in Mississauga, and Brampton is like nearby, and I know.
Yeah, it's close by.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll send you that if that's okay with you. And then I'll send you Vaughan, Mississauga, Brampton, and I'll also send you some areas in the East End on Oshawa, Clarington. It's just like for $700K in your area or less, it's hard to find even freehold, right? So that's why the East End's a little bit better because you can actually get like an older detached house if you wanted to, or you can get something newer like condo, like a freehold house or a condo townhouse. That would help too, right? So I'll just send you some options. If you see anything you like, I'd be happy to help you out and give you some more information if you're open to that.
Yeah, sure. If I send me the list, and if I find anything interesting, then immediately I will call you.
Okay, cool. I appreciate that. And then also I'm going to follow up from time to time just to make sure that I'm always sending you what.
So I'm just setting out like expectations of like, okay, you're going to hear from me again. I'm not trying to sell you on something. So I think these are really great 5 or 7 points that this call really threw out.
You want to see. I understand it's a long-term game, so don't worry. I'm not here for a quick sale. I'm here for the relationship. That's how I got so far in my career. So just to let you know, okay?
Yeah, sure. Not a problem. I don't mind you calling me sometime. No problem.
Yeah, I'm not going to harass you. Don't worry. You know, I'll just call you. I'll check in from time to time just to make sure that everything that I'm sending you is still okay for you. And if you want me to change anything, let me know too, okay?
Yeah, sure. Actually, there was a problem with my earlier purchase. That's why I am stuck, and I'm thinking like maybe coming out of it and maybe looking something. But this time I want to be cautious.
Yes, I understand. I would too, especially.
So he's telling me now when I was about to leave, he wanted to talk to me more. Tell me the real reason is he has a bad experience with something, and then we're gonna talk about it again.
Bad experience, or just something that didn't work right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I am not experienced investor or anything. Like I was like holding myself back for a long time, and I bought one townhome, executive townhome or whatever they call in Mississauga in 2020 January, just before.
The lowest inventory. That's when it was the lowest inventory, so you probably paid a really big premium at that time, eh?
Premium, I mean, like now the price has gone up.
For sure.
250,000 or something, because the last builder sold one property last month for like 1.15, which is like I bought 900, so there's like a 250 difference. But the problem is with the builder. The builder is saying like now in June, like he is going to do the occupancy closing, and he is saying like I cannot rent it out.
Yeah, because you're going to get charged maybe 30 to 50K in HST, right?
Not the HST. HST is included in the price. That's what he mentioned in the agreement of sale. Now, like okay, whether I'm going to get back my HST or not, that's like he's not.
But that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Because when you get a new build, they want owner occupied. If you're going to sell it or you're going to rent it out at the beginning, the problem is that because they pay the HST, right? But if it's not followed in the guidelines, then you get charged back. So that's why I never buy.
See, giving him really good information, but this is why you need to know your market and the products, right? Because if I was an agent that didn't know this, I wouldn't get this far in the conversation.
No.
Bills for investment properties, just because of two things, right? They charge a future price, especially with the market being so crazy nowadays. It's hard to do that, right? Because we can't time the market, right? Number two is also I'm giving someone a brand new unit or a house or whatever. I'm going to be really pissed off if they ruin it. Do you know what I mean? Because like it's still money to fix up. So I always say that owner occupied should always be your new build purchase. Do you know what I mean? Because it's something that maybe you want, but for rental, they're not as good as an opportunity as it used to be like 7, 12 years ago. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people would make a lot of money like that.
Right.
But yeah, don't worry, I'm gonna take care of you. I'm an investor as well. You know, I've been in real estate for a long time. I have my own team of 5. So don't worry, I'll take care of you. I'll show you some opportunities, and when the time's right, I'll give you the pros and cons and see if it's something that you're interested in at that time.
Sure, Nick. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. It was a pleasure talking to you. Is it Srini? Am I saying it correctly?
So anyways, that's the end of the call. But a lot of wins on that call, right? So that's something really good too. And then just before I do another one, this is actually someone that I haven't chatted in a year, but always on my website. So this is a good one because I know some agents on the call don't know how to re-engage with people, right? Yeah. So number one is always making sure you put notes on, especially you know, I would be calling on your agent locator number. Just so you can always go back to the call, because we're not robots. As much as we think we are, we need to write things down, and I'm the first one to like always fight that. So here's another one that I think is a good call. This is not as long, but and then I'll go through some live dials now, but I think that this is really great, and I want to incorporate some of my calls that you guys can hear and then break down why I'm doing it, because I think that only helps, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Did anyone have any questions about the investors on that end, or anything at all, or anything that you guys liked, didn't like?
Katika's call, what you would have done differently.
Exactly.
If anything, right? But yeah, it's definitely listening to is the knowledge of the product that the lead is actually going for, right? Yes. And as much as we want to make the transaction happen, sometimes we're not the best fit for that person. Right. So, and he's already gone through an experience, whether he was assisted with a realtor and just went directly to a builder, whatever he did. He went with someone who wasn't knowledge in what his intentions were by the sounds of it. And he ended up, you know, it ended up costing him.
Exactly. And like now he's more cautious, right? So now when you hear that, no pushing, education at this point, right? And then I think the most important thing is letting people know that you will be following up. Just because then when they see your call, and as long as the call goes well and you built the relationship, then they're more going to answer your phone call, right? And I think that's the most important aspect of all this, because remember, these leads are 3 to 18 months out, and they don't really have anyone. They're just really just searching. And remember, they're going on 10 different people's names, right? Like different websites like these. So it's up to you to make sure that you build a relationship. Obviously, you're not going to get everyone. We get that. But it's your job to make sure you connect with everyone, or at least talk to them as much as possible.
Absolutely.
So here's another one that, so I haven't chatted with him. The note said, I'm embarrassed, but December 1st, 2021, a little bit longer. But
hey, but this just goes to show. So what's the background on this lead? So this lead is someone from, you tried calling 2021, but they come back like regularly, or do they just all of a sudden start searching again?
They always look online. So I've always tried to like email them and stuff like that, but no one, like he sometimes didn't have it happen. So he came in October 2021. And then I talked to him on like a few days after, told me his address, put them on the Nosy Neighbor, and then tell me that he's looking between 7 to 1.2 and wants more acreage, right? And he wants more four-wheelers for the kids and whatever. And then called him a week and a half later, said follow up with him in 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks, called him around that time, and he just said that he was waiting for his wife to get a job or whatever, and then talked to him afterwards.
All right.
I see a
Awesome.
hand raised first.
Yeah, I
so
got Robert. Robert, I can allow you to talk if you want to ask your question, if it's sometimes easier to speak our questions than type them.
100%.
You just have to unmute yourself, Robert, if you want to actually talk.
I'll try to be a mind reader.
There we go. No? No
No,
question for you? Okay.
it's okay. We don't bite.
Yeah. There is something in the Q&A here, so let's see what that is. Oh,
Can Nick put it back on big screen?
big
What do you mean?
screen. It is on the big screen. You might have clicked something, maybe. He was never in his CRM, so that was the one thing. He's sharing his screen right now, that's all. So I don't know, can you guys see Nick when he's talking or no? Or us, or are you just seeing his screen?
Not sure.
I don't know, because I'm the host as well, right? So I don't know. Just the screen. So Maria is saying that because you have your screen shared, they don't actually see us, they just see your screen. So that's what he's asking. So if you just stop screen sharing,
Okay, so
then
let's
it'll go back
stop.
to,
Okay,
there you go.
but can you hear the
Yeah.
calls possibly?
Yeah, you can still hear the
Yeah?
calls.
Okay,
You should
cool.
be able to 100%. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll let you know if we can't, but there.
Okay, cool.
That's been resolved
Okay.
now.
So I guess we
And
don't
then
have
we
any
have one in
questions.
the, oh, that was just very just the screen. Perfect.
Okay,
Awesome.
cool. So I'll just put it back. Let me know if you can't hear this.
Sure.
Can you hear the ring?
No.
I think I need to screen share because it won't let me share my
Can you
sound.
not do can you share sound without sharing your screen?
That's what I
No?
tried to at first, but it doesn't
Okay.
allow me. Unless, hold on. No. It doesn't allow me.
Okay, so then we'll have to do that for the call. Then when we go to discuss, then we'll just pull it back down.
Yeah, if that's okay.
Yeah. Nope,
Okay,
that's
sorry about that. Share sound. Okay, so this is another one. So remember, 2 years haven't talked to him.
mm-hmm.
Hello.
Hey, Dwayne, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's actually just Nick Moretti giving you a shout. How's your day going?
Who?
Nick
Who? That's always nice.
Yeah.
Moretti. I'm actually that real estate agent that's been sending you listings just for a while now, probably over a year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How you doing?
Living the dream here.
Living the dream too, man. You know what it is?
So just something as simple as that, just to get the energy
Yeah.
up, because you can hear in the beginning of the call, he's like, "Oh fuck, why did I answer this?"
I know he
So-
doesn't seem very enthusiastic.
Right?
about this
But
call happening.
watch how I
Yeah.
turn this around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
How's everything been? I know we haven't chatted for a while, so everything's good on your end?
Yeah. Everything's still good. I'm not looking to move right now with all the crap that's going on.
Totally understand, man. And I'm not here to tell you to sell or anything like that. I just want to check in because I know last time when we were chatting, I think it was like a few months ago. You were waiting for your wife to get a job, and then you were going to keep searching.
Oh yeah, she got it, so
nice.
we're good for that. But
now you're living the dream.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. As soon as I get property, but with interest rates and stuff, it's not even a good idea.
Well, yeah, depending on what you're looking for. Like, let's just say interest rates we're fine right now, just like it was back in the day. What would you want to move to? Like, what area, or is there a certain
Country.
area? Is there a certain type of product?
Country.
The country.
Land. Yeah.
Okay. Are you saying like more like Kawartha Lakes, or are you talking more like Prince Edward
Not
County?
too far. I'm talking Port Hope, Coburg, Orono, Hampton. You know.
Yeah, rural
around,
Clarington, essentially.
Yeah, I want land. I need some land.
Yeah, what do you want? Like, what kind of size do you want? Like an acre, or are you looking at?
Yeah,
like...
at least an acre. Like, you know, if it was an acre and a half an acre of, you know, your land to cut grass with is fine. A half an acre of yard is enough, but basically it's, you know, a decent house with a shop is what I'm looking for.
Yeah. Okay, because those you can definitely find those, especially in rural Clarington and stuff like that. They're probably not going to be pimped out or anything. They might be a little dated. Would you be open to maybe doing renos and stuff?
Not a ton of it, but I am a carpenter,
cosmetics?
so.
Oh yeah, so you know what it is. You're always working on something, man.
Yeah, man. Tell me about
Probably, right? Okay, and then when you're talking about detached garage, you're looking at maybe two at least, like a double car, or you're okay with a single?
Double, man. I got toys.
Yeah, I figured. And then I was just gonna ask if are you open to like well and septic or
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
yeah? Okay, cool. And like
Sorry. See, the most important thing is asking questions, right? Because they're engaged. So, like the whole call, I'm asking questions. Yes, I already have these in my notes, but just like anyone, their criteria can change at any moment. So it's just relighting that back again, but always asking and showing that you know your product, and you know that the location. Asking about well and septic if that's okay, because some people don't even know.
sorry, I'm sorry to ask so many questions, but I just want to make sure I'm narrowing it down. I don't want to be like one of those agents sending you
Yeah,
a million houses you don't care for, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you found like, so you already want a house already built on it, you don't want to build your own if you found the right lot, is that correct?
Not necessarily, but if the price was right for the land, because I don't owe a whole lot on my house right now.
For sure. That's fine.
So it
Yeah,
wouldn't- it
I
wouldn't
totally
be-
understand.
The options
Yeah.
are there, right? So
100%. So, okay, what I'll do is I'll send you some of these listings. Like Coburg's the furthest it'll go east, eh?
yeah, that's pushing it.
Okay, and then would you consider like Bewdley since it's like right there on Rice Lake, like just
Yeah,
not on the other end, but like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, not too much further, because my basic borderline for work is Pickering and Newcastle, right?
I understand. You don't want to be driving for too long. I get it.
No,
Okay,
half an
cool.
hour most, 45.
Yeah.
tops,
Okay,
depending.
and then if you don't mind me asking, what's the price range you want to stay in between?
I could probably sell for anywhere from 8 to 9, so somewhere's in around there.
Okay, so to be honest with you, especially if you want rural, that might be hard, especially with the detached garage and stuff like that. You're
Yep, I
probably
know.
looking right now like 112. You may be
Yeah.
able to find something under, but you're gonna have to do work with it.
Yeah, I know.
Can I send you like yeah, no problem, man. And like I
No,
know
you
you're saying
you can send me that stuff. Like I said, right now I've done a 12 by 26 renovation on the back of my house, so I have to finish
Nice.
that. I have
For
some
sure,
stuff
man.
to finish on my house, so I could be way out in left field. My house could bring 950. It is
Yeah.
in Curtis, close to everything. So
Yeah, and that's why I want to just ask you, like, once you're done that renovation that you're doing, would you
yeah,
be open for me to just come by? I have a book. I just need a quick tour of your house, and then I can kind of let you know where that range is, because you kind of need to know that for your real estate equation, you know, like what
yeah,
I
yeah.
can sell for top dollar and then what you can buy. But I think right now, if you're open to it, I'll send you between 8 to 1.2 if you're okay with that, just to
Well,
showcase
my
what's
neighbor sold
available.
for 1.2, but that was during the COVID
The height,
days.
the height. I'm thinking like, if can you just run down your property again? Like, it's a double car, or is it?
So like asking him more questions, right? So I already know
Mhm.
what it is, but now it's just like, okay, what else have you done? What else, right? Because you can hear in his voice that he wants to talk, right? So you have to keep going with it.
Just
Assuming so, eh?
it's a single, double, or triple driveway, corner lot. You know, I got vaulted
Is
ceilings,
it 3
sunken
bed, 2
living room.
bath, or 3 beds, 3
Yeah,
baths?
3 bed, 2 bath. It has a bath downstairs, but not finished yet.
Yeah, okay. So basically,
Like
like,
yeah,
is there another room down there too?
yeah. There's
Like
2
bedroom?
rooms. I made a big living room and a bedroom down there. Yeah, and laundry room.
Okay, awesome. So really, it's a 3+1 with 3 washrooms, essentially.
Yeah, but it's not finished yet. It's
I
there.
understand.
The 3 pieces there.
Yeah, but whenever the time comes to sell, you will have it done. So I'm just comparing it, right? Just thinking.
Yeah,
And it's a linked property, or is it fully detached?
it's fully detached.
Okay, cool. No problem. Okay, cool. So what I'll do is I'll just send you the listings for right now. If
Yeah,
you see anything you like, man, just let me know, Dwayne. I'll definitely help you out and give you some more information.
yeah.
And then in the meantime, I'll be checking in. If you see anything, that's great. But if if whenever you're done your renovations.
Oh, I guess it stopped. But yeah, so basically like basically he was just saying that that after the renovations he wanted me to come by. So great way to spark a lead.
Yeah, no, for sure. And kind of looping them back in, being realistic again on the price, right? So
Yeah.
not just, oh yeah, I'll send you everything, but it's like, yeah, I don't know if you're going to be able to find exactly what you're looking for within the price range you're suggesting there, and then being honest with the fact that we might be finding something, but you may have to put a little bit of elbow grease into it. It's not going to be necessarily move and ready.
Totally. I totally get it. And
Mhm.
that's basically what it is, right? So like that's the most important thing about knowing your numbers, knowing the product, knowing your local your local market, because it like he knows he's also in the trade, so he knows if you're lying or not, right?
Yeah. Oh, for
And
sure.
most of these people will know if you're lying or not.
Yeah.
And if I took the role like, hey, you know what? Yes, no problem. I'll send you that.
Hmm.
He's going to be going across other websites that he's going to be like, oh, wow, there's different ones. But the person I talked to said that there is something. And it's just,
Yeah.
you need to just
Yeah.
know your stuff. That's how you're
Yeah.
going to get it done. Do you know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Know your market, educate the leads, because some of them are knowledgeable and some of them are completely, ill knowledgeable. That the word I'm looking for, in what it is that you're selling, right? And the ones that are knowledgeable will identify in a heartbeat when you're not being truthful with them,
100%. And it's
right?
all about just building relationships, right? So being
Hmm.
honest, letting them know, and hey, like not everyone's going to work with you. That's cool.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
know? So that's kind of really that on that end.
Good. Yeah.
I
And you got
see
him to answer, which is good. It's a long time. So again, you guys, some people get discouraged with how old leads are. This is an older lead. The older leads often are a little more willing to actually have conversations with you because they haven't just gone and signed up all over the place and got bombarded with conversations and calls and all that. So some of them are a little bit more willing to engage when you are reaching out to them. And sometimes it's not even if they're active or not. You can definitely reach out to individuals that aren't even active if even you had a previous conversation. Now, I know Muhammad is saying he has leads in his system from 2016. How can he make them active? You've been sending emails to them. So Muhammad, I am going to allow you to talk with respect to that. It depends on your emails as well, because they can be kind of passive. And are they even getting those? Are they feeling like those are actually you trying to communicate with them? Or is it like a drip? And some people, depending on if we're using certain drips, can identify right away that this is just like an automated canned response that they're getting. But you will miss people. Everyone communicates differently. Some people prefer email. Some people prefer phone calls. Some people prefer text messages. So if we're just kind of grouping them into one communication method, there's going to be a bunch that aren't necessarily going to be responsive. I know I don't always respond. Like unless they're like work related, what have you, I get them. I just kind of toss them. Everyone's different, right? But then there's people that will engage in every single email you send them. So
100%. I also find just before Mohammed comes on here, I do find that the older leads means money, more chances of you getting that money, right? Just because, like Crystal said, like they're just sitting there, they don't know what's happening. They probably not signed up on a lot of people's websites, so it's money. Those are usually the best calls.
Yeah. So Mohammed, you can go ahead and chat if you want.
Sorry.
No worries.
Can I talk?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Hi. Thank you very much for having me. I've been using this different CRM. I've been with Agent Locator for a long time now. So all my leads from 2015, 16 has come there. So I've closed a lot of leads, but last year I was very slow. I didn't do anything, and now I'm thinking of restarting. So I've been sending them different email. I create email and I pick some emails from the system and I keep them engaged. So I just want to know what's a good way of converting into a potential leads to them. I have a bunch of them. Some of them I've closed, maybe about 20 I might have closed them, but there are more than 1,000 sitting. I met these people in a different way, like Google, Facebook. But I've been quiet for 1.5 years. So, but I want to do something now. I think so. The market will grow, so this is my question because you guys are expert. I listened to the gentleman talking about how to do the conversation with the prospective client was wonderful. Guide me. I will appreciate if you can guide me.
Sure. So, Crystal, you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
So basically, it really just depends. If you're just emailing and let's say just texting, you need to start mixing it up to calls. You need to like call either on your cell phone number or call on your Twilio number. just to mix it up a little bit, maybe not leave them any voicemails so they don't know who's calling at that point. But I would start doing that. And then when you do have them on the phone, a little bit of homework you need to do before the call is see when they were last active. Are they still opening your emails? Right? If they are, what are they clicking on? What are they viewing? Because you can see how many times a lead opened the email. Well, not open the email, but you can see them click on an email and you can see what they're looking at and how many times. So if someone's looking at like a detached single car garage house 100 times compared to anything else, then you're going to ask them, hey, I saw some really good opportunities in detached single houses. Is that something that you're looking for? They're gonna be like, oh yeah, because like you're already giving them, like, remember, you're a little bit of a mind reader. You have the information, right? So use that information.
Correct.
And have you been calling them at all or no?
No, I've been
Yeah.
busy, I didn't call them. I used to call them, back sometime I used to call 100 people or 200 people a day. But, it depend upon, I work according to my age and, I'm a senior person and I do things according to my body and, I don't do much farther. I
Yeah, for
don't
sure.
go to Oshawa. I just do Mississauga, Milton, these areas. So, I want to enjoy the real estate. My target is I convert to do few sales. That is my target. So I want to do it again, and I'm very much involved with the technology. I like things I'm doing. I used to create Facebook, all these Google ads myself, but it's waste of a lot of money was going in drain, so I stopped it. So I said, wait, but I want to start the way, maybe calling people. That's the best way, I think so. And let's see how much we can convert. You got a good idea. I should go back and look into their background. There are people, I think so, out of 1,000, I think so more than 150, I see them active, they come and browse. I've been sending them the app off and on to download the app, that's my technique so that they can understand. And I create myself some videos and send them about what we do. So, but I'm just starting again, taking a break of 1.5 years. I
100%.
appreciate. Thank you very much.
You can also like one thing you can do is if you do have the Twilio is text them, right? So you can do a mass text and use like, hey Mohammed, are you still searching for a home in Mosby City? Which could be like, are you searching for a home in Toronto, Pickering, Mississauga? It's going to pop up. So something simple to just kind of, you can identify who are, hey, it's Mohammed, it's been a long time, just curious, how you guys still looking for a home in what that'll do, if you sent that out to, let's say 100 people, 200 people at once, there's going to be a bunch of responses, so hands going up. Those are the people that are right away identified. These are the ones I need to call, right? Rather than just kind of shooting for, the target and hoping you're going to hit it, just randomly picking people, is try to encourage them to let you know, yes, we're still looking, or no, we're no longer looking. And then you can still engage with conversation with the ones that are no longer looking, because now we want to say, okay, did you actually secure something, or are you holding back, or what's the situation right behind why they're no longer looking anymore? So it's just trying to do things in some case so you can focus your effort on the ones that raise their hands first, and then you can go back and then maybe do it again through another method, or you're calling them. There's a lot of different ways that you can essentially get people to raise their hands and say, hey, yeah, I am kind of interested still, or maybe their situation's changed, right? So
exactly. So I would just try calling. So the most important thing is calling them within like the 24, 48 hours. That's what I would do, because you'll get more success. And all you need to do is talk to someone first, build that relationship so that when you're sending emails, they know who they're talking to. Because a lot of people think it's AI, right? And a lot of people don't want to deal with AI.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Some do, because we got AI bots in our system, so they have that. You can see some of those conversations that go on. People don't realize, but there is definitely you can tell, like when you sign up on something and you have a stupid chat bot that's like,
You know what it
asking,
is.
"Was this helpful?
Yeah.
Was this helpful?" It's like, no, it wasn't helpful, Nancy. Give me a person.
Exactly. Like they do work, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah,
I totally understand.
absolutely. They do work. Some of them do work. I know that some of you guys are using the AI bot within Agent Locator. And then, yeah, so it all depends on what you're using or how it's been set up. Muhammad's asking, what is a good time for calling? So
Anytime you're available. There's no like magic time. Just do it when you're available. That's what I think personally. That's how I taught my team. And then once you become more consistent on the calls and more comfortable, then I think it's good to just start maybe planning some morning shifts, some afternoon shifts, some evening shifts. I find that Thursday evening in the last 3 weeks have been really good for me, anywhere between 4 to 8 p.m.
What you guys notice is in your system is there's timestamps indicating exactly when each one of your leads have signed up at. Okay, so, and you're going to notice those timestamps are all different from, first thing in the morning to late at night to the middle of the night. They're all over the place. So people's availability to actually take a call is always going to be different, right? Now, we all don't work a standard 9 to 5 shifts, so we're only this. We all don't have families. We all don't fall into the same bucket. So the more you switch up those times and those routines, the more likely you're going to hit individuals during times that they're available. But if you keep calling at the same time or having the same daily routine, there's going to be a ton of people that just aren't available during those times that you're trying to reach out to them.
I agree. So that's it. Just don't get so caught up on the calling, like when best time, just do it. And then once you're consistent, then start planning out sometimes, because now you have 3 weeks or 4 weeks or more knowing that, okay, I haven't really got success too much on that time with these leads at this particular time. Let's try changing that time a little bit later. But you don't start doing that until you start being consistent.
Yes. Yeah. And you can watch and track, right? You can track what your success rate as far as conversation days, times, what have you. Again, it's not going to always be the same for all your leads, but you learn how to, I guess, function or schedule based on what's working, what's not working, but you have to be tracking that information for yourself to really know.
Exactly. So that's pretty much that.
Yeah. And what would you say if someone says, I'll call you back?
I'd say, okay, no problem. When would be a better time for me to call you back? And see what they say. If they're like, oh, I don't know, then, they're probably just trying to rush you getting off the phone. But I would just try calling them back in a couple days. Hey, I know I probably caught you at a busy time. I just really wanted to give you a call back. I didn't get to properly introduce myself. I'm Nick. Pleasure talking to you. I see that you've been looking on our website. My goal is just to make sure that you have a great user experience. I can see that you're looking at homes in this area. Is this what you're looking for? Right? Until they start opening up again, right? Like you guys could see in those calls that like they were opened up.
And you could even set an expectation from them. They'll call you back. Okay, awesome. I'm just going to be running in and out of appointments. Can you give me a general idea as to when I will be expecting to call back? Just so I know to have my phone out ready. I don't want to miss the opportunity to speak to you.
Yeah.
Right? So you say that, and then we'll give you a time frame, and then if they don't fall into that time frame, that gives you almost like the permission to yourself to say, now I'm going to follow up with them because I never actually heard a call back from them.
100%. Or be like, hey, if I don't hear back from you, is it okay to call you back just shortly after that time? I always set up expectations.
Yeah. Safina, if your leads are giving you wrong phone numbers, and you have Twilio, okay, you guys have to have Twilio for this feature. And you guys are on the automated sites, the V2, most of, or if not all of you guys are. If you mark their number as being invalid, that person can't look at the listings. Okay, so the minute they go to look at the listings, the site is going to prompt them to provide you with a valid phone number. They can't access the listing. So just make sure you mark those numbers as invalid, and you will turn some of those bad numbers into good numbers. And at the very least, you still can throw them on a bad number campaign to try, which are a few emails that will encourage them to give you a phone number or at least be responsive. But at the very least, you can still try to communicate with those people through email. But definitely mark those numbers as invalid, because you will turn some of those numbers, those bad numbers, into good numbers. And
Exactly.
then Gita,
And that's the most like great thing. Sorry, I didn't mean to
Go
interrupt
ahead.
you, Crystal.
worries.
But like exactly, like Crystal is spitting so much fire right now. She's helped me, get those non active numbers to active numbers many times. So like
Mhm.
listen to what she's saying.
Yeah, and you get a notification too when it happens, and a lot of times it's not intentional. Like these aren't all malicious, just giving you fake numbers on purpose. It could be as simple as they forgot a digit or their fingers slipped and hit the wrong one. Just simple things like that, right? Nagita's asking, with respect to your leads, are you keeping them on Agent Locator to receive listings, or are you moving them to your MLS search?
No, I'm always keeping it on Agent Locator, and I'll tell you why. You like on Treb, you don't know when they're opening it, what they're looking at. Like with Agent Locator, the CRM that you have, you're basically like a ninja. You get to see things that people don't know that you get to see, right? So I think like what I do is I always do Agent Locator, and plus Treb only has up to 100 or 200 people, and if you have a lot of clients like I do, like what you're going to start deleting people? No, like, that doesn't make sense.
It's not happening, right? And then one benefit as well is whether you're Treb or not Treb, most systems, I know Stratus does it, I think it's 90 days and the search stops. 90 days, search stop. You got to keep turning it back on, turning it back on, turning it back on. Agent Locator, you can have a lead sitting in your system, in like Muhammad's case, from 2016, and those listing searches have been still running strong. So it's been going for him for 7 years. Leads in his system have been receiving listings, and not once did they stop, or him have to go back in and turn it back on, right? So it allows you to nurture leads, because again, if they're getting those emails, and we may not action them, we may not action them, but if as long as they're still coming into our inbox, there's going to be a day and a time that all of a sudden we're like, click, right? And you're going to get notified, Crystal's been active. You're like, wow, She hasn't been active in like a year, but now she's all of a sudden looking at listings again. Right. So there's a huge benefit to keeping it on there, is not only that being able to see in action with what they're looking at, but also ensuring that you're nurturing them through the whole extent, right? We're not just, cutting them off, and it's less work for you to have to keep going and turning things back on and do that.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I totally agree.
Safina, if the lead, so she's saying I checked already, marked as invalid, but she still viewed listings. So it's going to show that she viewed listings. She didn't get to view it. Okay, I can promise you that it'll pop up and it'll look like, because she tried to open that listing, but the pop up there. So it's going to show that she had it. You can try to send her some information back or use that. It's like, hey, I just noticed you tried to take a look at this property, but our system does require a valid number in order to access the listing. Can I update the number on the profile so I can send you the information? No, so you can use that information. So again, if you mark their number as invalid, it will still show like sometimes like they're active. I can promise you they cannot look at the listings. Again, you guys need Twilio for that. So if you guys don't have Twilio, it's not going to work. You have to have Twilio. It's a feature that's built in with Twilio because of the PIN that gets sent to them to unlock it.
Exactly.
And then Burgess is just asking, and I guess this can be our final question here before we wrap it up, is the buyers that are waiting till spring. Well, spring is like next month, isn't it? So, but anyway, what would you, what do you say? So if you say right now to somebody that's waiting to spring, how would you handle that yourself?
For sure. First off, I think it's just understanding where the lead's coming from. So be like, hey, I totally understand. If you don't mind me asking, why do you want to wait till the spring? Is there something that you're waiting for specifically? Or, if you do find the right property that came out in the next few weeks, would you be ready to look at it and kind of go forward from that? And then based on their answer, it's kind of going from there. Oh, well, we're going to wait in the spring because we think interest is going to go down and that, right? Like, hey, I totally understand, I think we don't have a crystal ball. We don't know what's happening. I don't think interest is going to go up anymore. I don't have a crystal ball either, but based on the news reports and my mortgage brokers, this is what they're telling me. However, we don't know until the announcement comes out. However, what we can tell you is that as soon as interest rates come down, prices are going to start going up. So if I were you, waiting might cost you more than actually purchasing in the next few weeks. I'm not telling you or rushing your decision, but I think it really comes down to, why do you want to move? right? And then start asking them questions that way. If they start going, oh, well, you know, little Jimmy's in school and that's when I kind of want to go, then hey, I totally understand. Well, let me ask you a question. Do you have to just buy or do you need to sell and buy? Now you find out about the listing. Now, if they do have a property that they want to sell, put them on the nosy neighbor script, and then obviously lightly start asking to go to their house to do a quick tour.
Yeah.
So, right, and educating them about the sell and buy process. So like there's so many ways of doing it. And usually when people say that, they just usually have a reason why.
And I'm going to ask you a quick question as well. So if, let's say like today is what, February 8th. So let's say I went out and in 15 days I found a place. I've already been pre-approved, what have you. Closing, I say I set it for the spring. So maybe I set it to move in May. Now, naturally, when we're getting pre-approved and the bank's releasing our money, when the closing is happening and the mortgage is now secured, if the mortgage rate is dropped, wouldn't your rate at that point also drop it? You secured the price at today's price?
Not necessarily. It really just depends, because if you're on a variable, yes, but if you signed a fixed rate, it's a fixed rate.
Okay.
Maybe there might be a
that
promotion.
Won't change at the time. So if I signed it today, like, oh yeah, we've been bank approved. Yeah, you're good. You're good. We don't close for 3 months, but since that 3 months, the rates dropped. If
it depends where that drop happens in the process. So for example, because once the mortgage instructions get sent to the lender so just 101 here. So for example, let's say we purchase a house, closing day is coming up, and the lender that you're going to use regardless sent the mortgage instruction to your lawyer, it's pretty much a done deal. Not necessarily, because you still have up to closing date to get the best mortgage for you.
Yeah.
So yes, you can, but it also depends on a lot of scenarios and when that rate does just drop.
Okay.
So yes and no. It just depends on that person's scenario.
It's tricky, it's kind of case by case scenario. All right.
Generally, you have up to closing date to do anything. You're not, even if you have a mortgage instruction sent 60 days ago, but you find a better rate, you could technically work with that lender and use that mortgage rate there.
Okay.
And, but it just depends on where that drop happens.
Okay, so they're better, and it's also like, again, we're realtors. You're better out speaking with mortgage agents and
because you don't want to start
but talking to those people, right? We always want to pass that to like, here's someone that can actually help, or do a webinar with it, like get a mortgage agent on there. Questions like this are happening with the mortgage, like what do we do in scenarios like this, right? Get people excited about buying now versus waiting, right?
Yes. So I appreciate you guys so much, but that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Crystal, enjoy your vacay. Have a drink for me. Because I'm in with all the fires over here.
Hey, I'm looking at real estate here. No, don't worry. Always looking. Always looking.
Exactly. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on Moretti Real Estate on Instagram. If you have any questions or you need anyone to take care of you on the CRM side, Crystal, I've done many one-on-ones with Crystal. She showed me a lot of great ways that got me more efficient. So I need to answer this call though. So I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
Sounds good. Thanks everyone. Bye.
Bye. Hey, how you doing?